Where are we? New releases.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know.
I clipped on that.
You don't have to announce that every time you clip.
Yeah.
I know a game that's been popular in my household this last week is Cozy Grove.
Never
guys
heard of it.
familiar with Cozy Grove?
Never.
Is that a Doobie Brothers song?
You would know that better than I would.
That's China Grove. China Grove, you're thinking.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I thanks.
I know.
I do not know my Doobie Brothers. I can say that.
Okay.
So Cozy Grove is another one of these, I don't know, Animal Crossing-esque type of Harvest Moon type games. But it's got a very nice art style, like it looks hand-drawn. And it actually has a defined story. You're not just like, hey, I'm gonna go farming until I'm tired of farming. So it's got a story to it. There's ghosts about. You're basically going around and fulfilling these ghost wishes type thing, putting them at ease. What I don't like about it, it has nothing to do with Cozy Grove. It's that we bought it on Switch, and it plays great on Switch, no problem. Buying 3 copies of it on Switch is that their way of doing their protection on their games. It is just very family unfriendly. Like you can even set up like the kids accounts and everything, but if you have multiple Switches, it's just a pain. And we thought we were even doing it the right way. We're like, oh, if I buy it on this one, then Emmeline will be able to play. Like, but no, it's only if she like logged into my account, and she can't log into my account because Dash is playing something on my Switch under my account. So, end of the day, 3 copies of Cozy Grove. At least it was only like $13.50 or something like that.
I mean, Ty wanted to play Pokemon on his Switch this weekend online with his friend. I have Nintendo Online on my account. So I wanted to, I know that they have like a family plan and it's an incremental upgrade or whatever. So I said, oh, we'll do that. That way you can play on your account. Somehow I can't add him to my family because he's on like my other account. Okay. I had another account and somehow I can't get him off that account, even though he's over 13 now. And so he's not considered a child by Nintendo's standard, but his account is labeled as a supervised account. There's no way to change that at all. There's no mention of that, of how to deal with this in the documentation online when you go to Nintendo support. Ask Iwata, he has no answers. That's why he got off the planet, I think. He's like, this is just untenable. Nobody can figure out how to do anything over here. If it has online involved, Nintendo just is that clueless. And we never sorted it out. We can never, his account, it says supervised, even though his birthday says he's 14, actually. There's no way. I mean, I got to call them, I guess. Like Google has no answer for me on that. And we just gave up. Eventually, I ordered a Nintendo Online for his account. And like,
they've got a good plan going. I don't know why they would change this, because it all ends up with like the parent going, screw it, I'm just going to buy another thing. It
was 45 minutes of me like cursing, fuck Nintendo. Like, why can't I get this to work on like a Sunday morning? It was very frustrating. And it ended with me giving them more money that they didn't earn. Fuckers. Really made me, I'm angry.
Are you angry?
I was. I'm over it now.
Okay.
What else we got?
I want to know how someone can get away with a game called Skyland on this Switch.
Wow. Yeah, Skyland, Heart of the Mountain. What's that about?
I don't know. I think it's about avoiding a lawsuit. I think is what that game is about.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Activision is at minimum litigious.
They probably just don't know about it yet. Or Skylanders has no value anymore. One or the other.
I think Skylander still has value.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. What else we got?
Not a whole lot else, I don't think. At least nothing that stands out too much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Astro Aqua Kitty I think that's the sequel to Aqua Kitty.
I wouldn't know.
That might be okay.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
I liked Aqua Kitty. I don't know. What is all this stuff? Am I in the Switch section? I definitely have.
There's not a full price game out this week, according to this. Like nothing. There are no full price games. I don't know why I got nothing.
It's been a slow year.
I mean, has anyone been playing more the Outriders? Because that technically came out last Friday, right? Wasn't that last Friday?
I haven't, but I've done some reading about people like losing 60 hours worth of progress.
Yeah, that game. It's a real. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it. I wonder if that many people just gave up that quickly.
I'm scared that I'm going to put in time and then just lose.
You know, they put in, I think, 2 fixes for it since that started happening, and I don't think it's happening, I would say, as much, but I think they're still working on another patch to help fix for the people that lost everything.
Okay.
I actually have been playing it. I'm almost level 20 now, I think. I like it a lot, actually. It's a really good game that had a really terrible launch. They really did. I don't know what they were doing, honestly, when they launched that game. It should be, someone brought this up in the chat right now. It should have been be offline when you're playing alone. And it would have solved a lot of these problems. It would have solved their disastrous launch weekend. It would have solved all these issues with people losing their gear, because what was happening is they were losing the connection, I think, like when it was transitioning. So the game just crapped out and lost all their stuff. It's all because of online and networking issues. And it's sort of a bummer, because the nuts and bolts of this game are actually pretty good. I switched characters. I didn't like being the fire guy. Turns out I was being the wrong guy. It was not set for the type of games that I like to play.
You went with Trickster?
No, I went with the tank.
Ooh, Tankster.
Tankster. I don't know what that class is called, but Tankster works for me.
Okay.
And he's proficient in shotguns, and he gets his health back if you kill someone when you're close to them. So I just like run up to everybody and go pow and turn them into goop. Like literally, they just turn into goop. It's a lot of fun. Whenever I get something super powerful that turns someone into goop in one shot, I call Elliot into the room and I go, "Look at this!" Boo! And the person turns to goop, and he goes, "That's gross." And I go, "Oh, no, isn't it awesome?" And and I've been kind of getting into the game. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm opening up the new different lands. There's this people have been talking about the trench scene in the game, and that it's pretty thrilling, and it actually is a really cool sequence in a video game. It's very video gamey. You know, you're running from point A to point B with a gun, blowing up and killing as many guys as you can, and there's something to be said about that. There's a lot of loot. It's a looter shooter, even though they say it isn't. The gear is kind of fun, especially when you get something that's purple. You know, your first purple things, you're like, ooh, purple things. And there's a lot going for it. It's a shame that they botched this launch so badly, because if it launched well, I think it'd be something that, especially with it being on Game Pass, we would all be talking about it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I've thought about playing it, and I picked it up maybe twice. You know,
That's what I mean. It's like, why aren't we all playing this game? Why isn't everyone talking about this game? A lot of us have access to it, and it's because they just screwed it up so badly. And it's kind of a shame, because I think it's a very good game.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can recover.
I hope so too. That's what I'm saying. If they, with a couple of tweaks, I think even Shipwreck would like it. It's,
Sure. I would give it a shot. Honestly, I'm just waiting for it to settle down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it has or not.
You need to wait a little longer, I think.
I went and started playing Tony Hawk again, and so I was pretty happy with that decision.
That's what I mean. It's like, for me, it was the same thing. It's like, I guess I'll play more Fortnite again, but I'm like, I need to do something else. So that's why I went to try. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try Outriders. If worst case scenario, it's terrible, and I just uninstall it. So I did uninstall Avengers finally.
Ooh, that's a big move.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notify Square Enix? I
should have. I mean, with the big update and it was over 100 gigs, I'm like, that's too much for this game.
They lost you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? I mean, are we done with new releases?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That was I know Outriders is not a new release, but whatever. All right.
It is. Still technically a new release.
All right.